Hey guys, it's time for story time with Didi today. And I gotta tell you, it's been raining. It's thundering a little bit, so we might get cut short in a few minutes because it starts raining. And I'm also gonna tell you that the chair that I just sat in is wet because it rained last night. So, but I didn't want to miss a chance to read today. And I got a great little book. Today's book is called Mice at Bat. And this is by Kelly Oeschle. And I wanted to read this because my grandsons are playing baseball. And so I thought it'd be cool to see how mice play baseball, right? All right, so here we go. It says, Kevin and his friends lived in a baseball park. Every night they watched the game and they waited. And when the game was over, the fans went home. Then the lights went out and Kevin yelled, "Okay, mighty mites, it's cleanup time." Popcorn, peanuts, hot dogs. They always found surprises. "Okay," Kevin shouted. "We picked up all the food and now it's practice time. Jog around the bases, deep knee bends in left field, push-ups in right field, running and sliding at home plate. Pitchers, follow me." Rusty's fastball sizzled. Jose caught everything. Young Willie broke only 2 bats. And no one tripped over first base. "We are looking good, mites," cried Kevin. The mighty mites were busy, batting and running, sliding and yelling. No one saw old Casey the cat creep out onto the field. "Run!" shouted Lou. "It's that pest, old Casey. He ruins everything." "Hold it, everyone," old Casey shouted. "I have a letter for you." Kevin took the letter, he stood up tall, and he read it out loud. "We challenge the mighty mites to the big game. Saturday at midnight sharp. Signed, the Boomers." "Hooray!" cheered the mighty mites. "The big game at last." Old Casey was not cheering. Kevin thought he knew why. "Casey, you know baseball. Will you be the umpire?" "Who, me?" said old Casey. Yes, shouted the mighty mites. "Old Casey for ump." "Okay," said old Casey. "Thanks." And now he was smiling. "All right, mighty mites," said Kevin. "Let us show those Boomers we play the best ball in town." Every night, the mighty mites, they batted, they ran, they slid. They planned for the big game. Lou called the newspapers and the radio stations. Posters were put up. And at last, the big night came. "This was it," said Kevin. "We will meet in front of Boomer's ballpark. Be there at midnight sharp. Get there any way you can, and good luck." Some went by subway, some went by tugboat, some just went. At midnight, Kevin took roll call, and all the mighty mites were there. The air was cool, The moon was full and bright. It was a great night for a baseball game. The Mighty Mites ran onto the field. Hooray! Shouted the fans. The Boomers ran onto the field. Hooray! Shouted the fans. Old Casey met the two captains. Everybody plays, he says, and nobody argues. Shake, said Kevin. Shake, said Artie. Play ball, said old Casey. Young Willie stepped up to the plate. The Boomers pitcher wound up. He threw the first pitch. Crack! Willie hit the ball. It flew over the second baseman's head. Lou was up next. Crack! The ball flew over the fence. And when their turn at bat ended, the Mighty Mites had 3 runs. Then the Boomers came to bat. In the second inning, the Mites played better. Young Willie threw the ball. Jose caught it. Out! Shouted old Casey. Each inning, the netter caught everything in sight. But the Boomers stayed ahead, 4-3. Who do you think's gonna win? Let's keep reading and see. In the 7th inning, the Mighty Mites took the lead. They scored 5 runs. Then the Boomers were up. Crack, crack, crack. They loaded the bases. Time out, called Artie. I'm calling in Big Jacks. Who is Big Jacks? Asked Kevin. Artie smiled. He's our pinch hitter. Big Jacks marched to the plate. The Mites ran to the umpire. He is not one of us, the Mites yelled. But he is one of us, said Artie. He is wearing our uniform. I smell a rat, muttered young Willie. Old Casey looked in the rule book and then shook his head. Rat, I mean, batter up, he called. Big Jacks waved the bat over his head. Watch out, Mr. Pitcher, he called. If you throw that ball near to the plate, I'm gonna blast it to the moon. Rusty pitched a fastball right over the plate. Crack! Big Jacks was not kidding. He hit that ball right out of the park. The score was tied. Soon the Boomers were ahead by 8 runs. Big Jacks came to bat a second time. Crack! Big Jacks showed young Willie his way of sliding into home plate. Time out, called Kevin. Are you all right? He asked young Willie. Sure, said young Willie. Let's get those runs back. Play ball, yelled old Casey. As the sky got lighter, the Mighty Mites' chances got dimmer. The Boomers were ahead 25-14. The Mites were down to their last out. The Boomers put in the great zipper to pitch. It's starting to rain on Didi. Let's see if we can finish this book before the rain comes. Zing went the great zipper's ball. Crunch went young Willie's bat. Zing went the great zipper's ball. Crunch went young Willie's bat. Now the count was 2 balls and 2 strikes and no bats. "Bring out a big one," yelled Kevin. It took 12 mites to roll out the big bat. "Where's the strike zone?" asked the great Zipper. "Over the plate," yelled old Casey. "You pitch 'em and I call 'em." The great Zipper pitched. "Everybody get ready." "Swing!" yelled Kevin. "Wait, not this one," shouted Lou. "It's too fast." It was too close, too. "Ball 3, said the umpire. The next pitch hit Jose's tail. "Hit, batter, take your base." The 12 mites trotted down to first. Rusty was up next. "I cannot lift that big bat," he said. So he found a scorecard pencil. "Now I'm ready," he yelled. "Okay, mites," said Kevin. "There are 2 outs. When Rusty hits that ball, take off and keep running." Rusty hit a hard ground ball. The 12 mites took off from first base. The Boomers could not see where the ball went. The mites passed second base, then third. They were headed for home. Big Jacks found the ball, and he threw it to home plate. But the Mighty Mites got there first. 12 times the umpire called safe. 12 runs were scored. The Mighty Mites were ahead 26-25. When the Boomers came to bat, they had no luck with Big Jacks or the big bat or the pencil. After 3 easy outs, the game was over. The fans cheered. It was a great night for the Mighty Mites. Even the Boomers said so. It was time for a good day's sleep and dreams about the night games to come. The end. Wow, what a fun book. And it was about baseball. I hope that you liked today's book. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Who knows what we're going to read? Bye.